Hey guys, Ryan Dement. Hope you guys are doing well this week. It is the day after Thanksgiving. I am recording a quick episode. I hope you and your family had a great Thanksgiving. You got to spend some time with them. Hopefully today you're out shopping, or like me, you're shooting a podcast and then going to grind it away a little bit this week. Today. Have some deals that I need to work on, but also some marketing aspect. But I want to just summarize a little bit of what happened this week and what I've started, and really want to get your guys' feedback in the sense of what I'm doing and do you guys like it? We're all here for that. Are you liking the message? So this week I started just a off the wall Monday True Talk where I just sat here at my desk or went outside and just thought about what's on my mind and blurted it out into a video. I didn't do any editing off it other than cleaning up the intro and the closing so it looks fine. Added some subtitles and that's it. And this week's and it comes out on Mondays and Wednesdays on my YouTube channel. This week on Monday, I just talked about putting yourself out there in this marketplace. It is a challenge, to say the least, in whatever business you're in. I'm in real estate on both sides, the lending and the sales side, as a developer. And I can tell you, many people did not have a clue that I was a lender. And I thought I was putting the message out there, but I clearly have not, or was not. I am doing that now. But the thing that I really spoke about in that video and shared was, how are you supposed to succeed in life if you don't continue to be consistent and persistent? And I know I've spoken about those two words on this podcast many times, and it just doesn't, how should I say this? It hasn't stuck for me when it comes to the lending side. You would think I'd want to put that out there as consistently as I possibly can. And I didn't, because I was too concerned about the real estate development side of the business and not focused in on the lending side. They both work hand in hand, and being able to share both equally is something I need to do better at. But the whole consistent piece is a struggle. But also finding my footing in the space and finding my message that I want to share. I have ideal clients. I have first-time home buyers, since we're building those houses for first-time home buyers, and investors. And I've added a little bit of a nuance or an add-on to those two. I like deals that have hair on it. Basically, somebody that's challenged to get into a house because of X, those are the ones I want to do. Anybody can do an FHA, a VA, USDA, or a conventional loan with somebody that's got over a 700 FICO score and no issues. Most people can't actually put a deal together when you've got somebody challenged at 580, or even, how about below 580, when you have to do a manual underwrite and they've got to come up with 10% down, and you've got to find ways to make the numbers work, but also be in your client's benefit. Because the last thing I want to do is put somebody in a house that it doesn't make dollars and cents for them. I don't want it to stress them out. The payment needs to be less than what they're paying in rent today. And as rent has gone up nationwide almost 30%, I know mortgage payments are near, or not near, they are at 30-year highs. I get that. But there are some markets to where you can still buy a home for less than renting. But you've got to be careful, and you have to look through the houses. You have to look through the data. You have to look through the numbers, but it really has to make sense to you. So that was Monday's video. Wednesday's video, was just about being thankful. I know it's Thanksgiving, but I asked the question when I first started the video is, are you thankful every single day of the year outside of Thanksgiving? And I said, yes, but I think there's days where I don't put those things in my mind that I'm thankful for because I'm running around too much and I need to find a way to quiet my mind. So in the mornings, I do journaling, I have a devotional, I just have some quiet time. And that's when I'm thankful for all the things that I have in life. I'm not worried about the things that I don't have. I'm focused on the things that I have, my family, their well-being, my dog Moose that's on the other side of the camera, friends, loved ones outside, immediate family, and so forth. But we struggle with that. We struggle with being thankful for the things we have because we're a consumer society, and I get that. But why do we have to continue to chase the things that we don't have when we have a bunch of things in front of us, family members, anything that you have, a roof over your head, your bills paid, food on the table, food in the refrigerator, all those things you need to be thankful for. And that's what I was talking about is I was sitting here in my office helping my mom bake. I was, as I said, babysitting the things that were being baked because they were in the oven already. And I have to be thankful because I have my mom that can still bake. She's approaching 80 and my mom and dad are healthy. My siblings are healthy. Moose is healthy. My friends are healthy. But I don't say that every single day and think of it and be thankful to start my day. And how I ended that video was, try doing that for a week and see where your mindset starts out for the day. It has changed my mindset because I don't wake up all anxious and crazy. I wake up being thankful for what I have. Now, don't get me wrong. Entrepreneurship, there's a lot of anxiety. I struggle with that on a daily basis, worrying about the future and worrying about what can get done. I'm worried about selling houses. I'm worrying about closing loans. I'm worried about making sure we pay the bills. That's part of it. But starting my day out that way every single day sucks because I've done it for a very long time. Starting my day out with what I'm thankful for, like another day of life, my health and well-being, those are all things that are great. We tend to go after those outside physical things that we think are going to make us happy, like buying a new car or getting another toy or a brand new cell phone or whatever the case is. Those aren't the things that make us happy. The things that make us happy are the true things we should be thankful for on a daily basis. Our family, our friends, our animals. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit thinking about everything because in this moment, it's just, those are great things to be blessed for. And when you're thankful for these wonderful things that you have in your life, it attracts more. I know that you guys have heard positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. But when I was in corporate America, all I was doing is chasing my next paycheck, my next promotion, my next this, my next that. Never stopped and actually thought about what I currently had at the moment and how well I was doing. It was always, can I get promoted? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I take on another department and show them that I have the bandwidth to manage 4 departments instead of 3? It was always about the external and never the internal. And that's been a long journey for me to work with, one, but two, to do it consistently every single day. And I struggle with it every single day. I'm just like you. I like the next shiny toy, but I know going out and paying for that next shiny toy doesn't work. It's just not worth it. And with car payments at an all-time high, the average car payment is approaching $1,000 a month for a new car, and they're approaching $800 for a used car. Why would you want to go out and spend that type of money? You're practically paying my mortgage on a monthly basis. Give me a couple extra dollars and we're good to go. And I don't understand that. We're out chasing the Joneses and they're broke. And I know I've said that over and over again, but it's true. And the last piece, guys, it's going to be short. We'll keep this under 15 minutes, is this. I talk about the instant gratification culture that we're in. Don't get me wrong. Social media has helped me. I enjoy doing this podcast. I enjoy speaking to you guys. I enjoy putting our message out there. But we're so fixed minded. We've almost become sheep in the way we actually think. And I'll give you an example, and it's just flat out what I deal with on a daily basis. People that are up to their eyeballs in debt, and with credit cards being at an all-time high on interest rates, 21, 22, 23%, people are still consistently spending on these cards on a monthly basis, thinking that they're going to go away by making the minimum monthly payment. Let me tell you this. Credit card is not meant to be paid off with a minimum monthly payment, period. It would take you over 30 years. If you go look at your disclosure on your actual statement, you'll see if you make this payment, it'll take you this long to pay it off. If you make this payment, it'll take you this long. The problem with that is you're still spending. So until you curb the spending, nothing changes. So people think when you use your equity out of your property, and I'm moving right into where the problem's at, they think that you're going to have a life event, is how I call it, where there's foreclosure. And if you continue to spend the way you're spending now, and you just keep on racking up those credit cards, you are going to have a life event. It will get foreclosed. The first step, if you're going to get yourself out of debt and you have a house and you have equity, is you have to make a hard decision to cut those credit cards up, shut them down, and stop spending, and then say, I'm going to take the money out of my house, pay them off, and get myself down to one payment on a monthly basis plus my first mortgage, and stop spending when I don't need to be spent. But we don't seem to want to address our problems head on. We are the issue. We're the spending issue. And that spending issue has to change. You can't change your life if you continue to spend and expect a different outcome. The definition of insanity. So here's where I end, guys. If you're struggling with debt, you have to stop spending. You need to put a budget together and understand exactly what you have coming in and going out. Then you decide what you want to do. There's the Dave Ramsey snowball method. There's the avalanche method. You can use a HELOC or a second on your property if you are strong enough and willing to cut up your credit cards and say enough is enough. I don't care what anybody says about a HELOC and using your equity. If you stop spending, you're going to be paying off principal and interest on that home equity line, period. If you're only making them a monthly minimum payment on your credit card, you're not touching anything other than a small amount of your balance. Now, if you start using the snowball method where you take the smallest balance and pay the most to it and keep on doing that and snowballing it as you get to the larger balance, great. But guess what that also requires? For you to stop spending. That is the number one issue. You have to stop spending. You have to realize that the problem lies with you, and you having to keep up with the Joneses is the number one problem. Once you stop comparing yourself to everyone else and start comparing yourself to your own needs, it changes. And the only reason I say that is because I've gone through it 2 times. I'm not looking to go through it a 3rd time. So we'll end it here, guys. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, got to spend time with family and friends. But if you're looking to make a change in anything you do, you have to look at yourself first and make that decision that you're going to change, whether it be financially, emotionally, physically, whatever. And then you have to be consistent with what you're doing. You can't do it sometimes and then not do it another time and then come back again and then do it again. It just doesn't work, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. I hope you guys have a good one.